Buenos días a todos. Con un agradecimiento de que hayan venido a tiempo y que podamos empezar más o menos como está programado. Como todos, o muchos de ustedes saben, yo soy brasileña, obviamente presidente de Brasileros Humanitarios en Acción. Y se me ocurrió que ustedes deben saber que ahora todos en Brasil están pensando en la Olimpíada. Y la imagen que me viene a la mente es que este tipo de evento que estamos haciendo aquí es como si lleváramos la torcha olímpica del estudio de las adicciones, de la voluntad de acertar, de hacerlo bien, de hacerlo todo con base en ciencia y en práctica comprobada. Estoy segura que el programa armado va a ser bastante denso y de gran calidad. Y espero que el intercambio que podamos hacer unos con los otros dé frutos que se puedan extender por diversos países, diversas ciudades, siempre con la idea de hacer ciudades preventivas, de prevenir para no tener el problema de la adicción. Pero si el problema de la adicción ya está instalado, ¿cuáles son las mejores prácticas? ¿Cuáles son las mejores políticas para que tengamos juventudes sanas y productivas? Muchas gracias y les deseo un gran éxito.
Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be back in Buenos Aires for my second time. The last time was in December 2014, when there was a drug conference organized there in Buenos Aires. It was a success. It was a strong commitment from all the participants in this conference and in the case of preventing drug use. I think this effort to organize this conference this year at this crucial time is very important. I think we have to look upon the bigger international scene and state very clear that the best method is actually prevention. Prevention is always better than cure. And we have to find strategies, ways how we can prevent drug use and drug misuse in the world. And I think the non-governmental organizations, the civil society, in collaboration with the authorities from different countries are so important. But there is a need for a strong force from the civil society to push the political agenda forward, to find those efficient ways to reduce drug use as such. And I think this conference is a very, very good example of that. I very often say that the best preventative method is a good policy in place. A good policy which give support to our community, to our families, to our individuals, to our youngsters. That's very important, because without a strong policy as a framework for drug prevention, it's very difficult for each of us to take our responsibilities. We need a strong support from the society around and from our parents, from our families, from our individuals. I will come back later on with a speech to this conference, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to do that. But first, a few words about myself. I'm Sven-Olof Karlsson. I'm from Sweden, in Stockholm, and I happen to be the international president for a non-governmental organization which name is World Federation Against Drugs. This organization is an international umbrella organization, and today we have about 150 national organizations as members all over the world. And we're trying to coordinate our efforts in working towards a drug-free goal. And for example, the UNGAS meeting now next week in New York, where the world leaders will meet to discuss the drug situation around the world, is a very important event to be used for that type of efforts. Mina Seinfeld-Karolski, who has been a board member of World Federation Against Drugs since the organization was established, stepped down at previous month's Congress in Vienna for different reasons, maybe health reasons or something. But Mina has been a very important and most valuable member for Latin America in the board of World Federation Against Drugs. So even if she now stepped down as a member of the board of directors, she was immediately appointed by the board to be the board's special advisor for Latin America. And we are so happy that she are willing to take on that position, because Latin America is so important in the drug field, in the policy field, and her contribution and her commitment is very, very much needed and most valuable. With those words, I say thank you once again for inviting me to speak at this conference. I wish you all the best of luck with your efforts. Thank you.
Buenos días, soy representante de la Universidad de Barcelona, soy el secretario general y quiero darles la bienvenida y el agradecimiento por estar presentes en este Congreso Internacional. La idea de la universidad en ese aspecto es profundamente importante remarcar que el problema de la droga en nuestros países en general no solamente es atinente a una acción que debe realizar el Estado. Consideramos que la universidad y todas las instituciones educativas, a través de sus actividades de extensión, tienen que tener una participación activa en este tema que hoy consideramos que es reduccionista pensar que simplemente tiene que contribuir a una política preventiva por parte de un Estado nacional. Nuestra institución realiza, desde este punto de vista, actividades de extensión que tienden, por sobre todas las cosas, a difundir con materias optativas o con